Welcome viewers, thank you for joining. Mibrate Birho, Misgana Deed, Nihate, Chains, Alex Staffera, Ruby, Kwanki, Duga, Sammy, Heli. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining all of you. Wifred has joined as well. Lydia Mibrato, beautiful moments, beautiful mountains of Tigray. Dagnachu, M. Damascus, Tigrana Media. Welcome all of you. Thank you for joining. Victory has also joined. Why are you so critical of me, Victory? Victory, why are you so much critical of me? What's wrong? Shurfufi Basa. Welcome Aristotle. Noble Abraham. Andreas Welly. Turbo 91111 vacation. Yasin Usman. Thank you for joining all of you. Because before we start today's live chat session, in a previous session, I said that I want to start a discussion, sort of a program involving discussion here with guests here. I invited you to join. I invited you to join through some accounts. I did not receive healthy response, viewers. So I had fixed some prices, and the purpose of fixing that prices was that only serious participants should appear on my views on news. That was the only purpose of ensuring, that was the only purpose of fixing some price, because I want only serious participants here. If any of you wants to appear on my views and news and money is a problem, please let me know. Contact me through email. If you want to appear, if you want to express your views here, as long as the views are not hateful, you are welcome. This channel is for you. It's open to all of you. But I must ensure that I know from where you are, who you are. So I will do some identity check. After that, you can appear. We can record our sessions. Then we can upload it to this channel. So all of you are welcome. I mean, I read your comments. All of you are very active commentators. Why don't you want to appear on My Views on News? If money is a problem, don't worry. Just contact me through email, which is in description section of each and every video. Let me know what you want to say, what you want to talk about. You're welcome. I'll welcome all of you to come here and express your views, as long as the views are not hateful. Abu Adili, Adiso, Enfam, Yusuf, Solomon, Gabriel, Ilyas, Noble Abraham. Amateurs astrophotography is one of my regular viewers. Yusuf, Sami Hale, Yusuf, Milan Estifa, Teddy Fentano, Yasin Usman. Musi is saying TPLF is already fragments. Well, Musi, let me tell you one thing. Guerrilla warfare is all about fragments, honestly. When you start guerrilla warfare, you always divide your military strength in small units. Units consisting of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 soldiers who are mostly clad in civilian clothes. They become part of civilians. They operate in small units. That is what is meant by guerrilla warfare. That you mingle with locals, you attack your enemies with an element of surprise, and you just hit and run. You ensure that you do not suffer any casualties. This is a war of attrition. TDF will fight in fragments. You won't see Mandafro has joined. Thank you for joining, Mandafro. He is my regular buddy. Now, guerrilla warfare is not about large-scale attacks. And honestly, I think that now guerrilla warfare has started in Tigray. Though after the fall of Mekele, at the end of November, we heard that the war had turned into guerrilla warfare. But guerrilla warfare has begun just a few days ago, because almost a month ago we were hearing about large-scale attacks by TDF fighters and large-scale confrontation engagements between TDF and ENDF in several parts of Tigray. That was not guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla warfare has begun just a few weeks ago. And now you won't hear much about this war, viewers, because it's difficult. It's difficult to cover this war. It's difficult to send live images, videos about this war, because there are small units which are operating mostly independently but under one command, viewers. Now guerrilla warfare is underway. TDF now will try to cause as much damage to Eritrean forces as possible. And they will keep their power, their capabilities intact. That is the purpose of guerrilla warfare. You won't see any large-scale attacks. You won't see thousands of Eritrean and TDF soldiers involved in fighting. That is why we are hearing very less from Central Tigray, because a typical type of guerrilla warfare, it has now started in Tigray. Mandafro is informing that a General Sadiq Khan of TDF will appear on DW. He is one of the main generals of TDF, viewers, a very experienced guy. So it would be, we will learn a lot about this war by listening to him, because he is the man who is planning it all. So it would be definitely a good interview, I think, and we will learn a lot from what's happening in Tigray. Menelik is asking, are the front lines gone? Yes, in my view, Menelik, now we cannot say that there are 2 or 3 fronts. Just like when we were discussing earlier that there are fronts, one is in southern Tigray, then one is in western Tigray, then one is in central Tigray. Now, these fronts have disappeared. The war is now inside central Tigray, where dozens of small units of TDF are operating. So, of course, you cannot say there are dozens of fronts. You cannot say that. Front is just one, and that is central Tigray, which is a do or die place for TDF. They will defend central Tigray. They will make Eritrean forces withdraw from here. Then they will come out of this place. If they could, yes, they can be crushed here as well. Yes, it can happen that if Eritrean forces, if ENDF, they devise new strategies, yes, they can crush TDF as well here. But do or die game is going to happen in central Tigray. Now we're not discussing fronts. There are no prominent fronts in central Tigray now, and it's difficult, honestly, to specify fronts now. It's difficult now because this war has now turned into typical guerrilla warfare. Zimba is asking about southern Tigray. Is there a presence of TDF there? Yes, Zimba, yes, there is very small presence of TDF in southern Tigray, but this military presence, this armed presence is not very significant. Main strength of TDF is in central Tigray. There is some presence of TDF in southern Tigray, but you won't see large-scale attacks in southern Tigray. Musi is saying France gave Abiy Ahmed weapons to kill civilians. Well, French Foreign Ministry has denied this news. They have rejected. They have said that no such thing happened. So officially, France has rejected this news. JavaScript is saying Getachew said he will settle score with Amhara. Yes, some words spoken by Getachew were very irresponsible. That is what happens. That I don't know why people generalize so much in Ethiopia. I mean, if he wanted to say something about some Amhara officials, he should have named them. Why don't you generalize a group and you blame a group as a whole? So I think it was very irresponsible of Getachew to talk about Amharas in that way. He should have pinpointed individuals who are the culprits. It's not good to name an individual, name a group as a whole, and talk against it. He said Amhara elite. Ruby is saying, who is Amhara elite, Ruby? I mean, can you specify the persons who are part of Amhara elite? Is entire Amhara elite is against Tigrayans? No, there must be some sensible individuals as well. We should not use general terms. These general terms are dangerous for ethnic harmony in Ethiopia. Amare Mirza saying, collect your dame from TPLF, Mr. Loser. No one is giving me anything, neither TPLF nor ENDF, but you're saying that TPLF is giving me something. Beatles, what do you think about the sanctions? Yes, important question. Beatles, sanctions are going to be very tough, you'll see. I have heard that Susan Rice is playing a key role, former US envoy to the UN. She has played a key role in the imposition of these sanctions on Ethiopia. And these sanctions are just first step. You will see more of such measures against Ethiopian government. But on the other hand, because Ethiopian government is not in a mood to listen to the US, especially till elections. I mean, Prosperity Party held a meeting. You know that, viewers? You must have heard about it. Prosperity Party held a meeting and they have decided to hold a rally against the US, and they have rejected the sanctions. A nationalist sort of rhetoric is being launched by Abiy Ahmed. So I think these sanctions could be used by Abiy Ahmed during the election campaign to rally support. He is using it, I think, and these sanctions will help him, I think. People might suffer in the coming days, but till elections, during the election campaigning, these sanctions could help Abiy Ahmed. That is why he's trying to mobilize his power base, saying that other countries, US, Western countries, they want to interfere in the internal affairs of Ethiopia. So in a way, the sanctions could help Ethiopian Prime Minister. But hard times ahead for Ethiopian economy, because you'll see that you will see further actions from US. And other important thing, viewers, is that TPLF has a very strong lobby in the US. Ethiopian government tried to establish its lobby in the US. Abiy Ahmed government spent some money as well. But TPLF has been in power for more than a decade. So their lobby is very strong in the US. And you'll see further pressure from the US on Ethiopia after these sanctions. You'll see in the coming days. Any sanction from Europe? Europe has withheld some economic assistance. A few months ago, Europe did that. No other sanctions so far, but Europe could follow suit. JavaScript in Amharic. How can I join conversation with you? Please contact me through my email which is given in description section of each video. Someone is asking about, can UN bring peacekeeping into Tigray? No, UN is divided. You have seen that China, Russia, India, they have vetoed a resolution about Tigray. So there are divisions at the UN Security Council between US on one side, Russia, China, India on the other. You won't see any concrete actions at the UN Security Council about Tigray conflict. How long do you think TPLF will stay in the fight? Yes, an important question. Today I did a video about guerrilla warfare strategy adopted by TDF. And I summed up in that video that TDF have an advantage over ENDF, over Eritrean forces, because of commitment level of their fighters, because of local support, international support. TDF have an advantage, viewers. But it does not mean that TDF can win this war within a few weeks or days. It would be a long war, viewers. You'll see. If there is no intervention from abroad, it would be a long war. Yes, after the withdrawal of Eritrean forces, we might see a change. If Eritrean forces keep on conducting operations here, if ENDF remain deployed in Tigray, it would be a long war, viewers. And guerrilla wars are always long wars. It takes time to push an invading army out of a zone. It won't end in a few days or weeks or months, even, I think. Kalib is saying the war is between Tigray people and invaders. Kalib, if I say that war is between Tigray people and invaders, you will say you are endangering civilians. Now you are saying that. I mean, I said in a video that TDF fighters were mixing with civilians. You people criticized me so much. You said you are endangering civilians. I was talking about a military strategy adopted by TDF fighters. That is what is happening. And that has been happening since the start of this war. That happens in every guerrilla warfare wars, that guerrilla fighters cannot survive without local support. They need it for everything, they need it. It does not mean that I'm advocating civilian killings in Tigray. I don't know why some people reacted in that way. Victory is saying how many fighters TPLF estimate? Tens of thousands. Victory, now number of fighters is not a problem for TDF. Locals have joined them. Locals are joining them. Desta Gabriel, BBC reporter joined, and you must have heard about that. Singers, writers. So people are no shortage of manpower for them. So don't be just worried about number of TDF fighters or ENDF fighters. They'll always have supply of manpower. What matters is the morale of these fighters and international support, local support, supplies and weapons too. Manpower is not a problem for TDF. Someone is asking about OLA. OLA is advanced towards Finfinne. No considerable advance from OLA towards Finfinne. In fact, in my view, OLA's speed of advance has been slowed down after ENDF Oromia forces offensive in Western Oromia. OLA's activities have reduced, especially in Western Oromia. They are nowhere near Finfinne or Addis Ababa. They keep on saying that we are close to Finfinne, we can storm Addis Ababa. No, it's not possible. They're a very small group without any heavy weapons. So no question of OLA storming Addis Ababa in the coming days or coming weeks. Someone is asking about U.S. envoy Jeffrey Feltman. He'll be back in the Horn the next week. What will happen? Nothing will happen in Ethiopia till the 21st of June. First and foremost priority for Abiy Ahmed is election. He knows that in present political instability, he can be re-elected. Or you can say that he can once again be Prime Minister of Ethiopia. People object to the words re-election. He knows that he can win the second term because right now he is not being challenged by a serious competitor. That is why he is focused on elections. You will hear him rejecting sanctions. He will not listen to Americans. Elections will be held. If he wins second term, after that we might see a change in Ethiopian government's stance about TPLF. But before the 21st of June, you won't see anything like that. On the other hand, viewers, the US will keep on putting pressure. US has called for the postponement of elections as well. So it's a very interesting situation, viewers. US wants postponement of elections. Abiy wants elections at any cost. What will happen? Situation will remain very tense till the 21st of June, viewers. Someone is asking about Ethiopian government. Can it continue fighting? Can it sustain this fighting? So many questions are being asked. It's becoming difficult for me to even read questions. Someone is suggesting that some other group should replace TPLF. Well, that will be decided by the people of Tigray. I mean, Ethiopian government cannot decide who will represent the people of Tigray. People of Tigray will decide whether TPLF will represent them or some other group. Please ask questions. Several of you are commenting. Please ask questions. Those of you who love commenting, contact me through email, appear on this channel, talk to me, let others listen to you as well. My views on news is watched in more than 40 countries, viewers. It's a global platform where you can express your views. And majority of my viewers are from the US. People watch this channel in the US, in the UK, Canada, Australia, entire Europe almost, then the Horn of Africa, in Ethiopia, in Kenya, Somalia, Sudan, Djibouti. So across the world, in more than 40 countries, this channel is watched. So if you want to express your opinions, please appear on this channel. Let others listen to you as well. When aid can enter Tigray, people are starving to death. Yes, there is humanitarian disaster in Tigray, no doubt about that. People are in need of assistance. It's not easy, viewers, to feed millions of people, especially when war is going on, especially when Eritreans and Ethiopians have blocked some supply routes as well, because they want to check each and every vehicle carrying food supplies. They want to search each and every vehicle. So the process of supplying aid has been slowed down by extensive checkings by Ethiopian and Eritrean troops. Then there are millions of people in need of aid. That is why there is this humanitarian disaster. Then viewers, that harvest could not be collected, cultivation could not be done. That is why there is a danger of famine in Tigray. Harvest nowhere, next crop not cultivated, aid deliveries stopped, blocked. That is why people of Tigray are suffering, viewers. International community must ensure delivery of aid to the people of Tigray. Because ultimately, people of Tigray are suffering, viewers. Women are suffering, elderly are suffering, children are suffering. Someone is asking about Western Tigray. Yes, important question. Western Tigray, what would be the outcome of uh, Amhara region's control over Western Tigray? Western Tigray has become part of Amhara state, viewers. Reportedly, Amhara local government officials have been deployed there, they have been appointed there. Lands are being allotted to Amharas there. Amharas from Fashaga, from Oromia are being settled there in Western Tigray. And Amhara officials say that there is no question of the withdrawal of Amhara forces from Western Tigray because Christian Nintendo Pro X has joined CN. And Amhara state officials say there is no question of the withdrawal of Amhara forces from Western Tigray because this is part of Amhara state, not Tigray. So, after the withdrawal of Eritrean forces, next battle could be between Amhara forces and Tigray forces for Western Tigray and for Southern Tigray. But that will happen after the withdrawal of Eritrean forces from Central Tigray. Why are TPLF not operating in Western Tigray? I think we discussed about that just a few minutes ago that TDF are focused on their guerrilla warfare in Central Tigray. They want to keep on holding to Central Tigray. From here, they will spread if they could. If they start war on several fronts in Western Tigray, in Southern Tigray, they would not be able to sustain it. So the best strategy for them is to keep on holding on to Central Tigray, make Eritrea retreat from here, then spread west, east, and south, and north as well towards Eritrea Tigray border. Hinok is saying, is there any possibility of Abiy changing his mind after elections? It could happen. It could happen. I think it might happen that after election, Abiy might go for talks with TPLF, but not till elections. Election would be fair or not? Who will monitor the elections, viewers? Who will be election observers here? Who will monitor it? No one. US is calling for postponement. EU has stopped the deployment of observers. OFC behind the bars. TPLF fighting a war in Tigray. So it's Abiy and Abiy. Just like we have seen in Syria, viewers. What happened in Syria? Bashar al-Assad, long-time ruler, once again elected. He got 95% votes. And turnout was 78%. No one is accepting election results in Syria. But I think it's his seventh term, Bashar al-Assad's. So we would see the same here, I think, in Ethiopia. Someone is asking about war in central Tigray. Yes, there is war. There is fighting going on there, but not that type of fighting involving thousands of Eritrean soldiers, thousands of TDF in one battle. No. I said earlier that now small scale fighting in several areas is being seen. TDF fighters are carrying out hit and run attacks. They are keeping their capability intact. They are hitting, they are running, they are hiding. That is what we call guerrilla warfare. War is happening, fighting is underway in central Tigray. But it's not the fighting involving tanks, involving fighter jets, involving multiple launch rocket system. It's not that type of fighting. What do TPLF eat if everything is blocked? TPLF eat what people of Tigray are eating. People of Tigray will be sharing their food, their clothes with TPLF. They are part of Tigray people, TPLF, TDF. So they are getting the supplies. It's almost 38 minutes have passed. Thank you for joining. Thank you all of you for joining. Again, I request that all of you who want to appear on this channel, please contact me through my email. This channel is open. It's an open forum for supporters of TDF, for the supporters of ENDF, for the supporters of Eritrea. Whether you are Amhara, Tigray, Oromo, whatever your nationality is, whatever your ethnic loyalty is, feel free to appear on this channel and express your views without spreading any hate towards any group. At least there must be some sort of a platform for healthy discussion about Ethiopia. I would like to see a Tigrayan and an Amhara sitting side by side and discuss this war objectively without hurling insults upon each other. Please feel free to join this channel and express your views here. Thank you for joining. Thank you, all of you.